Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing great. It's been a while since I last posted any videos on my YouTube channel, and part of the reason is because there's just so much that happened this past year. One of course, it was my first year in high school. It was my first time taking AP classes, so all of that. But perhaps the saddest and the worst thing that happened to me was that my grandmother, who I call her mommy because everybody calls her mommy, she passed away. So she was my paternal grandmother, meaning she was my father's mom. So she passed away last year, and basically it was kind of like a shocker. You know what I'm trying to say? It kind of sent shockwaves to not just me. I feel like it sent shockwaves to everybody in the family because nobody was really expecting it. Also, because she was perfectly fine, like health-wise. There wasn't really anything like that. She wasn't sick. Basically, there was really nothing wrong with her, like if you look at it like from the health point of view. So actually, what happened that day was, of course, we were here in the States, she was back in India, and so we have like cameras installed in our house in India, so we can see everything that's going on like from our phones, and we can also talk to them through the camera. And basically that day I was actually doing a YouTube video that I have not posted. It was on the American election, because that was like near the election time. But I also never got to finish that video completely because right when I was doing that, we saw on the camera that she woke up that day, and then she went out for a walk, and then basically when she came back, like sat down on this like a raised like pavement area, and so she kind of just collapsed there. And when something so unexpected happens, you kind of have this feeling of like, what just happened? Like, I guess when we, especially because we saw her on the camera like just a couple seconds ago, and I was basically like, my thought process, what was going through my brain was that you're telling me the person who I saw like 30 seconds ago like walk past the camera like just collapsed. So it was really hard to digest, especially because I was really close to my grandmother. Like I said, I called her mommy, and I spent a lot of my childhood with her. And then I also we spend a lot. We would talk a lot, especially like, even after coming here to the States, like with such a huge like time zone difference and timing difference. We'd still talk at least twice a day. So we were really close. So when that happened, it was really shocking. It was hard to digest, especially like, for me. Like I had a lot of meltdowns, but of course at the end of the day, like this is like part of life. You have to accept it, and it's gonna happen to everybody at some point. So basically in today's video, I just want to share, like, I was going through a couple like through the what do you call it, the gallery, or like my drive, and then I found a couple photos that still do, to bring back really good memories of her. And so I just thought of doing or making a small tribute to her, especially because we all love mommy. It's like specifically me, I really really love her, and I hope that wherever she is right now, I hope she's happy. So these pictures, like I said, they bring back really fun, like those are happy times, like they're happy memories that were made. with her. Like this first picture, if you see, this one is actually a much older picture, because that little girl that you see in that picture is me, and that's my grandmother, who I call mommy. And so basically, I believe this was during a festival. She was showing me like what to do and how to do something. And then this second picture is of us at the airport. Yeah, that's at the airport. And basically, I remember, I think this is a pretty recent picture too. I think this was not last year but the year before, so maybe like 2023, like winter, like when, because we went to India and then we were coming back. I think it was during that time. I think everybody came to drop us off. So in that picture you'll see there's mommy, there's me, and then the little baby there, or I guess toddler, that's my little sister. So everybody came to the airport to drop us off because we were coming back to the States that day. So yeah. And then this next picture, this one is also an older picture. That's mommy, and that's me, the little baby with like the sunglasses almost falling off. That's me. Now of course I don't remember this, this is just all based off of like me and mommy, like we loved going through like old pictures together. So then whenever we talk, or like whenever I'd go to India and then we'd sit together, we'd go through old photos, and then she'd tell me like, what happened when we were taking the photos, or how we took the photos. So she'd share those stories with me, and the stories are always fun to hear. And then this photo is I think this is a really recent one. This one, we had like a whole photo shoot kind of thing, and so here it's me, like if you go from left to right, it's me, my grandfather, my little sister, mommy, and then my little brother. And this is all taken in our backyard when all the flowers were blooming in India. And yeah, it smelled pretty good because there were some flowers that like when they bloom, like they'd make the whole place smell really, really nice. So those are just a couple pictures. Now of course, pictures or photos, it's not the same thing. Going through them isn't the same thing as talking to this person. I'm sure all of you understand that. But these are memories that were made, and like I said, even though mommy is not here with us physically, she'll always stay in our hearts, because she's just done so much for us. She was she was really kind. She was one of the kindest people that I've ever known, and she carried herself with a certain amount of like charm and kindness that if you met her once, it would be really hard for you to forget her. Like you just couldn't, because she just left that type of impression on you. And I guess I just hope wherever she is, I hope that she's really happy. And I hope that maybe someday I can hopefully follow in her footsteps and carry myself with the same amount of kindness and charm. So this video was basically a small tribute to my grandmother, who I really love a lot. And thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next videos because it is summer and I'm planning on doing a couple more videos because I don't have school in the mornings, so I have a little bit of like free time which I could use to make a couple videos, so stay tuned for those. Thank you so much for watching again. I hope to see you soon. Bye!